Today marks a great team effort to drive out cost and maximize efficiency in government procurement, said Secretary of the Navy Richard V. Spencer. Focusing on optimizing construction activities and material procurement, the team was able to achieve significant savings as compared to individual procurement contracts. One contract for construction of the two ships will enable the shipbuilder flexibility to best employ its skilled workforce to design once and build twice for unprecedented labor reductions while providing stability. In addition to these savings, the contract includes ship integration costs of several modifications required to meet emerging threats, including the F-35C Lightning II, Mk-38 gun system and MQ-25 Stingray unmanned aircraft system. These modifications increase the lethality of the Ford class, and represent an additional $100 million in savings, that is in addition to the $4 billion, since these new capabilities were not included in the original single CVN Navy estimate. Plus, these new savings associated with new capabilities increases to this fixed price incentive, firm target, FPIF, contract limits the Navy's liability and incentivizes the shipyard's best performance. The contract guarantees a single technical baseline for both ships, which allows the shipyard to reuse engineering rollover products, minimize changes between the two ships and leverage economic order quantities for equipment and material procurement. The future USS Enterprise, CVN-80, is the third ship of the Ford class and the numerical replacement for USS Eisenhower, CVN-69. CVN-81, not yet named, will be the fourth ship of the class and will be the numerical replacement for USS Carl Vinson. Connecticut has confirmed that the Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers have been added to the Naval Combat Systems Integration Support Service, NCSISS. It provides in partnership with BAE Systems for the UK Royal Navy. Confirmation of the £9 million contract extension follows the company's announcement earlier this year of a £23 million redevelopment project to create a new UK Centre of Excellence for Maritime Mission Systems near Portsmouth. The NCSISS was first signed in 2012 and is delivered by Connecticut and BAE Systems in collaboration with Defense Equipment and AMP. Support, D and AMP. S. The service removes risk in the development, integration and testing of ship mission systems and enables the Royal Navy to deploy and take full advantage of the latest technologies. The new contract extension will see the Royal Navy's flagship, HMS Queen Elizabeth, and its sister ship, HMS Prince of Wales. "We are passionate about delivering world-class systems for the UK front line," says Steve Fitzgerald, Connecticut Managing Director of Maritime, Land and Weapons. The success of the NCSISS has enabled us and our partners to ensure the UK Royal Navy's surface fleet is at peak operational performance at all times. Receiving confirmation of the contract extension, which includes the largest warships in the fleet, demonstrates the unique capabilities, resources and expertise we have at Portsdown Technology Park. It is also very timely news as we progress with our plans to extend our capabilities and create a truly world-class center for innovation, integration and testing of maritime mission systems. Joe Osborne, head of Maritime Combat Systems at Defense Equipment and Support, said, extending the NCSISS arrangement to include the Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers has provided a facility to test and assure new capabilities ahead of installation into the platform. Connecticut's role in supporting the combat system enterprise through NCSISS will enable agile operational support to this new class of warship for her current equipment, as well as de-risking the addition of the new systems and equipment planned in the near to medium term. The contract extension for the two aircraft carriers will cover a range of advanced communication systems for the planning and delivery of joint air and maritime activities and other critical operations. The work will also cover the combat management systems and weapon control systems, as is already the case with other platforms in the Royal Navy's surface fleet. Engineers from ConnectiQ and its NCSISS partners will use the sophisticated shore-based test environments at Portsdown to evaluate the complex mission systems of the two carriers to minimize the amount of testing on the platforms themselves. ConnectiQ's new development program at Portsdown Technology Park is being undertaken in partnership with the Solent Local Enterprise Partnership and will include the formation of a new innovation and collaboration hub for other specialist maritime businesses. Construction and refurbishment work is due to begin on the site in 2019. Following an earlier NCSISS contract extension, ConnectiQ engineers at Portsdown are already undertaking test and evaluation programs for the Royal Navy's new Type 26 Global Combat Ships. USS Abraham Lincoln, currently located in Norfolk, Virginia, will rejoin the Pacific Fleet, making San Diego its home port. Abraham Lincoln, commissioned in 1989, previously served in the Pacific Fleet from 1990 to 2011 before moving to Norfolk for midlife refueling. The other two carrier home port shifts are tied to carrier maintenance. John C. Stennis, currently home ported in Bremerton, Washington, will change home ports to Norfolk in advance of its midlife refueling, or reactor complex overhaul, RCOH, at Newport News Shipbuilding. John C. Stennis was commissioned in 1995. Nimitz-class carriers A, the USS Ronald Reagan, CVN-76, USS Nimitz, CVN-68, and USS Theodore Roosevelt, CVN-71. Strike groups will commence a three-carrier strike force exercise in the Western Pacific, November 11th to 14th. Units assigned to the strike force will conduct coordinated operations in international waters in order to demonstrate the U.S. Navy's unique capability to operate multiple carrier strike groups as a coordinated strike force effort. It is a rare opportunity to train with two aircraft carriers together, and even rarer to be able to train with three, said U.S. Pacific Fleet Commander, Admiral Scott Swift. Multiple carrier strike force operations are very complex, and this exercise in the Western Pacific is a strong testament to the U.S. Pacific Fleet's unique ability and ironclad commitment to the continued security and stability of the region. While at sea, the strike force plans to conduct air defense drills, sea surveillance, replenishments at sea, defensive air combat training, close-in coordinated maneuvers, and other training. This is the first time that three carrier strike groups have operated together in the Western Pacific since exercises Valiant Shield 2006 and 2007 off the coast of Guam. Both exercises focused on the ability to rapidly bring together forces from three strike groups in response to any regional situation. Ronald Reagan took part in versus 2006 and Nimitz took part in. More recently, U.S. Navy aircraft carriers have conducted dual carrier strike group operations in the Western Pacific, including in the South China Sea, East China Sea and Philippine Sea. These opportunities typically occur when strike groups deployed to the 7th Fleet area of operations from the west coast of the United States are joined with the forward deployed carrier strike group from Japan. For more than 70 years, the U.S. Pacific Fleet has been a persistent and stabilizing presence conducting operations throughout the region. The fleet is just as committed to maintaining those security commitments for the next 70 years. The amendment is worth £69 million and runs until March 2019, with an option to extend it to March 2020 at an additional value of £68.5 million. The agreement forms part of the new £1 billion Common Support Model, CSM, which was announced by Defense Secretary Sir Michael Fallon on Tuesday, October 3, 2017. The CSM will provide a framework for comprehensive support across the entire Royal Navy fleet of warships for decades to come in one new overarching arrangement. David Mitchard, Managing Director, Maritime Services, BAE Systems, said, "We are the leader in complex warship support, and to be awarded a contract to support the QE-class aircraft carriers safeguards these skills in Portsmouth and the region for years to come." The Common Support Model represents a collaborative way of working, placing industry shoulder to shoulder with the Royal Navy and the Ministry of Defence, and we are looking forward to implementing it across all classes of ships we support at Portsmouth. Sir Simon Ballum, Chief of Materiel, Ships, for Defence Equipment and Support,